RVBN, The Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sports video blogs, great MBTA video blogs, great top 10 list of everything and anything video blogs, and a whole lot more. Collection of my work goes back to June of 2014 on Facebook, YouTube, and other social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Time now is 8:03 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your second and final video blog of the night for Monday, January 23rd, 2017. Around 8:03 in the evening, Billerica, Massachusetts. It's starting to snow. The nor'east is here. Winter weather advisory for the Merrimack Valley area. Anywhere between 1 to 4 inches of snow's gonna fall, then turning into wintry mix, then rain. Lots and lots of wind. Thank God this is not snow, or we'd be talking about blizzard. 2 to 3 feet of snow. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. The Ottawa Senators have re-signed forward Zach Smith to a 4-year contract extension worth $13 million. And the Cleveland Browns have signed linebacker Jamie Collins to a 4-year contract extension worth $50 million. And that's about it on news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my second and final video blog subject of the night. Get out! You're so sweet, cause they're cute. The more the merrier. Go find something to do. I know. I'm doing good. Wanna put a wager on that, Richie? I don't care about game shows. Great video quotes only on RVBN. Time now is 8:05 in the evening. I'm back. My second and final video blog subject of the night is about the review of the WWE House Show card review that happened at Madison Square Garden on October 22nd, 1984. The main event was for the WWE Championship. Big John Studd facing off against Hulk Hogan, a rematch from last month's card in September of 1984, with the stipulation the title could change hands in the countout. Plus, they had other exciting matches on this card. This card was on the MSG Network and was called by Gorilla Monsoon and Mean Gene Okerlund. And here's the matches that happened at this house show. First match was Dr. David Schultz facing off against Salvatore Bellomo. Dr. D finished Salvatore in about 4.5 minutes with a suplex. This was a kind of a squash match. The next match was a kind of a grudge match. It was Alpha of the Wild Samoans facing off against one half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch. And this match was a back and forth match. It went the whole 20 minutes before it was the time limit expired. Actually, it only went 19 and a quarter minutes. But in wrestling, they exaggerate time limit draws. Afterwards, Alpha wanted 5 more minutes with Dick Murdoch, but he didn't get it. The next match was Mad Dog Vachon facing off against Quick Draw Rick McGraw. And this was a total squash match by the Mad Dog. He beat Rick McGraw with the pile driver in about 5 minutes or so. The next match, it was David Sammartino facing off against Moondog Spot. And this match was, a highly competitive match, back and forth. David Sammartino won this match by reversing a power slam, and afterwards Moondog Spark was so mad he tried to attack David Sammartino with one of his bones, but David Sammartino takes the bone and runs Moondog Spark out of the ring. The next match was for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. It was Tito Santana facing off against Greg the Hammer Valentine with Captain Lou Albano in his corner. And Tito was very red hot because he wanted revenge for Greg the Hammer Valentine for putting him out of action with the figure 4 leg lock. He needed knee surgery. It was on television. Tito just, breaking the rules about 5.5 minutes. He shoves the referee, causing the automatic disqualification. You do not hit any WWE official, because if you do, you're most likely going to get disqualified. And Greg wins the match and he keeps the title, but Tito's red hot. The next match, it's Rocky Johnson facing off against the Olympic strongman Ken Patella. And this was a back and forth match, and in the ending had Patella roll up Rocky Johnson using tights for 1, 2, 3. They were dropping Rocky Johnson out at this point. The next match was another grudge match. It was Sika of the Wild Samoans facing off against one half of the tag team champions of the WWE at that time, Adrian Adonis. He wasn't adorable back then. He was just like kind of a street thug. He was one time called Golden Boy, but he wasn't that golden in the WWE because he broke the rules. And this was a back and forth match. Ending had Adrian Adonis get caught in the act when he tried to use a foreign object on Sika. Referee saw that, caused the automatic disqualification. And the next match was Sergeant Slaughter facing off against Nikolai Volkov with Freddie Blassie in his corner. And this was a grudge match because Slaughter was beginning his feud with Nikolai Volkov, because this was in the height of the Cold War. Nikolai Volkov was representing Russia, but in real life, Nikolai Volkov wasn't from Russia. He was from Yugoslavia, and he had like some Croatian and Lithuanian descent, which back then was part of Russia, and he was also part Italian, so he had to play Russian because they had too many Italians wrestling. And this was a back and forth match, about 15 minutes. Ending had Sergeant Slaughter put the Cobra Clutch on Nikolai Volkov. Slaughter was in the ring apron, and he didn't realize it. The referee counted him out of the ring, so Volkov won the match by countout. The next match was Tony Garea facing off against Brutus Beefcake, and Brutus Beefcake had a new manager. It was Luscious Johnny Valiant, who was years earlier was part of the famous Valiant tag team in the WWE. And this was, like a total squash match. Tony Garea was a jobber to the stars at this point. He did some moves, competitive moves, but in the end, Brutus Beefcake gives him the knee drop and beats him 1, 2, 3. Brutus is moving up the ladder of success in WWE at this point. And then the main event for the WWE Championship, it was Big John Studd with Bobby the Brain Heenan facing off against Hulk Hogan, the WWE Champion at this time. And there was special stipulation: if Hogan lost the match by a countout, he would also lose his world title. So this was a very, Hogan couldn't get himself counted out. He could get himself disqualified by hitting the referee or like using a foreign object, and he could retain the title, but he had to be real careful. And this was, a typical back and forth match. Hogan wins the match with the Lariat, which and Big John Studd was out, and Hogan pinned him 1, 2, 3 to retain the WWE Championship. And this Madison Square Garden house show card was something typical what we would see at a Madison Square Garden house show around this time period. Some solid matches, and also a lot of times a lot of squashes. And that's about it on that. I'll be back tomorrow. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. 3 more video blogs coming to you. First video blog will be about the classic television series The $6 Million Man. Second video blog will be about MLB Tonight on the MLB Network. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the MSG house show card for the WWE in November 26, 1984, which the main event was Tito Santana facing off against Greg the Hammer Valentine in a return match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Brennan guy. Molly Roseblood, WCCO. Roxanne has nice legs. Elizabeth Hart, so stunning, she's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX, Channel 11, New York. Such a Rockin' Cougar's got the best legs in New York City. Bonan. Bobby Givers of BBC 11 has a sweet southern accent. Best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Red Claire of WHCH Channel 7 in Boston rocks, and she's got the best legs in Boston. And in the words of the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo! See you later, tomorrow.